Welcome back, Energy Ether TV, peace to the gods and goddesses, queens and kings and spiritual light workers on this planet. You already know, it's the top of the grand rising. It's a beautiful, blissful day, family. Today's upload to the download is what I do. Hey, you don't know about that. I want to go back to the block party. Ready? Pull out the breakdancing cardboard boxes on everybody. Get back on that groove. Hey, people forgot how to get up early in the grand rising, happy, energized, ready to start the day. And let's get it. It's a beautiful, blissful day. And when people say it's not a beautiful, blissful day, then what is it? Let's get it together, family. I say the upload to the downloads, get rid of that negative spirit of fear. People got the negative spirit of fear. Don't know how to say fear. Fear not. What? I'm fearless. I don't got time to be living in fear. In the Bible, right? It says it 365 times. Fear not. But people wake up with fear every day. That's an energy you don't want to tap into. Fear is the lowest self-vibration of something that doesn't comprehend itself and don't even know why they living in fear. So fear will reject you from here to the other side of the world. Why? Because people who live with fear do things that hurt themselves and hurt others. So that's fearful spirit that people got, that in the Bible says it 365 times. Fear what? Who lives in fear? The fear is a spirit energy of the lowest self-vibration, right? That is the opposite of good. So when I tell people, yo, wake up with no fear. What you fearing? The fear of someone hurting you or you hurting someone? That's the fear you live in. The fear of being hurt? Who lives like that day in and day out? Even going to sleep every night. I say go to rest in peace at night. Wake up in peace. And leave that fear at the door when you're coming out or when you're coming in your house. Or leave it at the dresser. There's people walking around with fear, fearing themselves, fearing others. Where we live in fear. That's the low vibration of, I could say, they want to use it in Bible terms, Satan. Satan will have you in fear all day, have you manipulated for the wrong reasons, and everybody stay in that cloud, in that darkness of cloud. They have that gray cloud over them all day following them. So at the end of the day, who lives like that? Who lives like that every grand rising to a new beginning? Not to live that day over and over again, because people live in the low vibrational frequency of fear. So every day they live that moment. Every day they live that. Every day they wake up, they live in fear. Wake up from the fear. Shake the fear off. Who owes us anything on this planet that we have to fear that they could take something from us that they can't take? You can't take nothing from no one on this planet, because everything is ours. Started off with a thought, family. So we're going to start with a fearful thought every grand rising or every night before to go to sleep, and bringing drama and confusion to people, places, and things, and your significant other and your kids. It's all about bringing solutions all day, every day. If it's not the spirit energy of pureness, because we are not tainted, we was taught what not to do, but we haven't been taught what to do the righteous way. So that fear doesn't fit well with in my vocabulary. So I might fear something that I know it could harm me in a good way, knowing that, but fear something that could harm me knowing that it can't, and then always fear it and be below something that is not what it is daily. This is where people run good game with their vocabulary, the good gift of gab with the words. And this is why they call it that lower self-vibration spirit of, how you call it, a fear. People live in fear. As soon as they get up, they fear their significant other, they fear their kids, they fear their brothers. People are living in fear now. And that fear is in the Bible 365 times. The word is 365 times in the Bible. Fear not. I don't live in fear, family. Those who live in fear don't even speak up for themselves anymore, or speak up for someone else that's being done an injustice. You see what's happening in these platforms, right? But now everybody speaks about it when they leave, right? Yeah, because they didn't know that before they got there. You know, a picture could be painted on social media in a way that it is not. Then you get there and you figure it out. The ones that you want to go visit are still living in fear. They bringing fear to their camp and bringing fear to those that go to the camps. Who does that? Who lives like that? So everybody who's doing these, well, how can I say, using the spirit and that energy in that way to put fear in others, to manipulate them for the wrong things. If you're gonna manipulate, don't manipulate someone with the energy of fear to manipulate them for the wrong things. If you're gonna use positive energy to get what it is that's positive out of something that is energy. But when people use that energy of fear, and that's what everybody's on, that spirit of fear. People living in that spirit all day. Wake up scared of everybody and everything. People are scared of even having a conversation with a complete stranger that makes sense. That's how that energy of fear lingers all day. And it's that spirit. That shit is in the atmosphere so strong right now for 2020. Those who are living in fear right now will pay the price. Wake up. You can live in fear for the right reasons, but not the wrong reasons. Not the manipulation of the lower self. Low vibrational frequency, out of 25 megahertz frequency, stay at a 70 and a 90. And that's when that pH balance is at a 7.5. This is why I don't stop teaching this. Because at the end of the day, people are living in fear in their own house. They living in fear in their own community. They live in fear even looking at someone else that don't even look like them. Why are you scared of yourself? Why y'all scared to approach yourself? Why y'all scared to say Grand Rising? Welcome back. Shout out to all those that came in and out of my life. I got to represent them because they represent themselves. It's Team Me, family. Team Us. When we together, Team Me. When we by ourselves. When we by ourselves, there's always going to be Team Me. When I'm by myself, it's Team Me. They be like, yo, where your Team Us at? Don't worry about them. When you see them with me, that's Team Us. When you see me, it's Team Me. I only can vouch for myself when I'm by myself, but I can't vouch for others when they're not with me. Now, Team Us, they doing what they doing. They're out there. And Team Us, when they together, that's when it's a Team Us. I don't care if I'm part of the group or not. So people don't get it. Leave that fear at the door when you come out this Grand Rising. And if you want, you can pick it up when you go back to your house, see how that shit works. Living in fear in your house, bringing fear to your family. I don't even know what fear is anymore. I know good fear, that I know if I cross the street, I could get hit by a car. That's good fear because I know the outcome of that shit, of crossing the street without looking both ways. But fear that you know that anybody could any moment try to intimidate you to get you to do things that don't benefit you or make you cross the street when you know that car is still coming, but out of fear, you still cross it because that man or that woman tested you and said, yo, you sucker, go ahead, cross. You went to the lower self vibration and crossed. Boy, I wish you would try to make me cross knowing that traffic is still coming. I wish you would tell me in a low vibration, lower self spirit of fear, tell me to go do something knowing that that's not beneficial for me or the person who's telling me that fearful fucking thought. So people live in fearful thoughts. They don't know how to wake up from that fearful thought. Rebuke that shit. Every Grand Rising, I say, at the end of the day, rebuke it, purge it, and keep your day going. Keep your day going. You know when people come in my live, when they want to hear gossip, they want to hear me talk about Brother Polite, they want to hear me talk about Nature Boy, they want to hear me talk about somebody. But when I don't have gossip or I don't have dirty laundry or whatever the case may be, or just bringing self-awareness in a way where people like that gossip shit, I'm doing it for others won't have to go through it. And definitely me, and when I see that shit again of what these people are doing out there, Nature Boy, whatever, and Brother Polite, I know not to attach myself to that energy. But people love to hear this. People love more gossip. People will support you with more gossip, but not righteous movements, not the righteous way of speaking, not the right way of speaking. This is the people all day. This is why I stay coming at everybody repetitionally. Go get that pH balance results today. As soon as you get up, Grand Rising, with your significant other and your kids, make it that shit a hobby, a daily chore to see where your pH balance is at every Grand Rising and every night before going to sleep or at midday. That should be a new positive thought to do for positive energy, just to figure out where your pH balance to raise the bar so you will never be compromised. But mucus or confusion or miscommunication of thoughts that nobody could get the how can I say solutions. You gotta have the solutions at all times with you or someone else or beyond, or those that don't get along and don't get the message, but have a solution for y'all both to go to separate ways. And then down the line, when time is bought, that is, you know what I mean, separation is an illusion, and people buy enough time till they could heal and come back later on down the line. That's what we're supposed to be doing. Let someone go that don't understand the message that benefits both for y'all or benefits a whole bunch of people. Just let it go. Because if you can't come up with a solution with those that you don't get along or do get along, and y'all not getting nowhere with it, might as well let it go. Come back to it another time. But sometimes you gotta give people space. Let people grow on their own. And people don't like letting people grow. People always want to smother you, and then with the same negative information. Nah, smother me with positive information, uplifting information, lovable information that I can apply for me, someone else, and beyond, and family. So I don't want to hear about nothing that doesn't uplift no one on this planet. So the negative thoughts, people have to rebuke every grand rising, because that spirit of fear, people are on it today, and people are living in that fearful box. Wake up, get out that fear box, live with faith, because fear is the contamination of faith. Fear is the contamination of faith. People live in that fear of contamination. There it go. I was just trying to put it together. And people out of fear contaminate faith. And nobody have faith no more, because that spirit of fear lives in everyone now. In 2020, everybody running off of that and using people, places, and things to benefit in the wrong ways, in the lower self ways. Everybody with a hand-me-out. But nobody want to put in this work. Anybody that I see put work, I see positive solutions and growth. Those who's running game and milking whatever, prepare yourselves. Y'all fearful people live in fear and run out of fear. Some people get that liquid courage out of fear and do fearful things to intimidate others. You know, fear is the lower self way of thinking. Even Satan plays with that game to keep you where he wants you at, because now you're scared of something that you ain't supposed to be scared of, because you live in fear for the wrong reason, but don't stand up for the right reasons. And do the right thing. And stand against that person that's trying to put you in that frequency of a spirit. Rebuke that. People will come into your life and try to leave you that negative spirit of fear, and you just sit there and expunging it and indulging it. And then you wonder why you feeling like that. That person came to change you, and you're just not strong enough to rebuke that shit, purge that shit out your life. Weak-minded people live in fear. And I mean fear that doesn't benefit them, someone else watching them, or anyone else is about to see that shit go down and apply that energy to them too. Get up out of here. Everything is energy. And this is why I tell people, stop living in fear, because fear would taint. It would be the contamination of faith. And I'm going to keep saying, that's going to be my new wordplay, man. Stop living in fear, because you're contaminating faith, and you have no faith, so that's why you're already contaminating fear. Let's get up this grand rising. Let's shake this. Let's make this our day. Every day is a new day. Don't keep repeating the same day over and over. So when people say I'm in hell, you in hell today? It's a new grand rising. Are you in hell today? Let me know before we continue this day, or before we even start something together as one, because people will wake up this grand rising will fit. Yo, let it go. Let it go. It's gonna chase you, because you're gonna keep reliving that shit every day. I'm in hell every day. There goes that fearful thought that doesn't let you see a new beginning of new things, new ideas, new horizons, new people, new loved ones. Because there's always gonna be new loved ones. We meet people daily, new friends. You'd be like, damn, yo, we got this bond. That's called new loved ones. Got old loved ones and new loved ones. We meet people daily. Especially be like, yo, I want to hang with this person. But you're still not on the frequency of that person either. You know, sometimes you meet people that you want to hang out with, and you can't even hang out with them. You know why? Because they see something in you. And that's the fear again. They don't want to get close to something that they don't understand. But out of fear, what you've been through, that you don't want to understand something that is you. In a good, positive light. And if you see positivity in someone that doesn't want to get close to you or know you, let that person in. If you see the opposite of that, let them go. See what I mean? But people want to live in fear, attach themselves to fear, and claim fear all day. I'm comfortable being in the comfortability of fear, because I'm scared to lose someone. I'm scared to outgrow something. I'm scared to grow. Grow up. We're going to all grow up. We all got something to do. Peace to the gods and goddesses, queens and kings, and spiritual light workers on this planet. # doing what's right at all times, because if you're not doing that, you're doing the opposite of that. Thank y'all for supporting. Thank y'all for even being in my life. Thank y'all for reaching out to me. I'm thankful. I'm grateful for my followers, for the people who apply it, the people who look up to me the way I look up to them. Because if you look up to me, I look up to you. If you honor me, I honor you. If you see me in you, I see myself in someone else. I see myself in everybody I speak to daily. They be like, yo, you got a good one. Ain't no good one. This is the natural me from a young kid. That's when my neighborhood is like, yo, you still repping this? Yeah, I'm repping to do better. I'm repping for us to be the change in our community, for our community to see it, because we wake up daily watching ourselves on the block doing the same thing. Oh, you came back with another story from another journey? Yes. I came to tell you a journey. And I came here to speak and talk about it to see if y'all want to come out of that frequency, because Babylon is a thought. So I come back with journeys to my community. Tell my boys, y'all want to hear that, and the third. Yo, we need to go here. We need to go to the tropics. We need to stop investing this, that, and the third. And they'll look at me like, what the fuck is Ether talking about? This nigga's talking some other shit now. Y'all, I tell the block, get off the block. The world is so big, and people out of fear live on the block, was born on the block, and die on the block. Never leave their community. You know how many people I know that? Live in the Bronx, born and raised, never went on a vacation trip. That's sad. That's sad. They never seen the other side of the world. That's fear. I call that fear. They don't want to let you even leave out of fear. They make it uncomfortable when you go to the airports and customs. And all this and a third. Make it uncomfortable for even people to fly. And then the less fortunate, that is not the less fortunate, it's the fortunate, be scared to fly, because they be like, yo, when I take flight, they ain't that questioning me. Man, break them. Boy, I say that, fly like you want to fly, and don't fly with fear. Because then nobody will go nowhere, because the government is always trying to find a loop to put fear in us when we flying. And then people be like, I don't want to fly, I'm always getting fucking harassed, this, that, and that's the game to keep you stuck in wherever you at, so they won't let you go out and discover the other side of the world. Get on the Dora the Explorer or Diego, because you got masculine and feminine that don't travel the world. Travel the world without fear. I'm scared to go to a third world country. They might kidnap me. That's the fear that you're living in where you live at in your community. So then you be like, damn, I don't want to go to some... you ain't never seen nobody get kidnapped in your community. You ain't never seen whatever people are saying that can happen to them and then someone else. They ain't never seen it in their community. It's that thought again. I said, damn, I'm not going outside today. I might go outside and they might shoot me. I might go outside. That's the fear. People don't go outside. And people are locked up in their house right now. This quarantine is going to make a lot of people depressed because they living in that fear. Water's good, family. 90% of the body is built on water, 10% is solid food. So I feel greater than great at the age of 44. Thank to Dr. Sebi in the Usha Village. Thank Dr. Sebi for that exclusive package for male that says Testro. And those women who need them products, they need that exclusive package for female that says Extragens. That's what's gonna vibrate us all out of mucus, out of a low vibration. And when people have a lot of negative energy, just drink a lot of water. It removes energy out of your body, negative energy, especially people's negative thoughts on you. Drink some water when you're feeling that heavy negative energy. That pH balance go up, and that's what I say, that pH balance play a big part in people's fearful ways of thinking and moving and talking. You already seen what everybody that I stepped to in a righteous way. I stepped to everybody in a righteous way, every camp. From Brother Polites to Nature Boys to and the Usha Village that I represent all day. The Usha Village is the wave. Nobody know about the Usha Village in Honduras and Aceba? That's why everybody has to do their research. They don't have to, but that's what we need to do. The Usha Village in Honduras. Go support that. Want to go on vacation? Take a vacation to the Usha Village in Honduras and go meet Dr. Sebi's family. And get healed. And get the pH balance. Look at the plate number that I'm looking at. Just turn this corner. 2221. And when people go there and they don't want to buy the product, you get double the treatment. You get the rawness when you go to the Usha Village. So get that exclusive package, family, for women and men. Remove the mucus. Get your pH balance over a 7.5 and up. Put yourself in an alkaline environment that's electrical. There are no cancers and diseases and outbreaks of the coronavirus. And any form can live in it. That's all I can tell you. God is love, love is God. Once again, peace to the gods and goddesses, queens and kings, and spiritual light workers on this planet. Do the right thing. Show your brothers and sisters how to do the right thing. Because if you show them the opposite of that is wrong, you put in fear in their heart. And we don't live with fear. Fear would taint, what can contaminate faith. Peace to the gods and goddesses, especially the goddesses. Goddesses, take control of the game. Let's get it.